This is the biggest story unfolding before their eyes.
Surrounded by friggin' UFOs.
Of a UFO battle in orbit around Earth.
I believe that's 0428.
A peer-reviewed journal published in Brazil by real scientists have proven that the Nazca mummies aren't some man-made creation and they are something real. To your surprise, they aren't a birthday cake that can be cut up. That was just propaganda pushed out by the same mainstream media factions that hide the UFO phenomena. It was extremely obvious the push to ridicule these new findings of Nazca mummies, which have been happening for decades now. But as soon as some real evidence was produced, it was shut down immediately. Don't think that there wasn't more to what you were seeing behind the scenes to ridicule and diminish the story of the Nazca mummies. The dude you're seeing here is named Richard O'Connor. He has a medical background and also is a UFO researcher. He's pushing this story about the Nazca mummy findings because he himself knows that they are real and they are not man-made.
This is the article that you were referring to, published in the Revista de Gestão Social y Ambiental, which is a Brazilian journal. It is a peer-reviewed journal, and so it was very gratifying to see the information about these mummies. Maria has an elongated skull, and in the CT scans, they don't see any evidence of skull binding, which has been one of the big arguments in this particular case. There is no evidence whatsoever. You don't see any rings in the bony calvarium, the skull. You don't see any evidence of binding. There were no hair on this Nazca mummy they call Maria. No ear auricles. Maria has a cranial volume that's 30% greater than humans.
This peer-reviewed journal states legit facts that have been proven now through scientific machinery. These Nazca mummies are not man-made. Now, after all these discoveries, such as their elongated skulls, their no hair, no ear auricles, cranium volume 30% larger than a human skull, let's see all the people jump on to the next best thing to ridicule and discredit these findings. If further research is done on these Nazca mummies, which I know will be messed with, the mummies will go missing or something will happen to destroy this research on these findings. But if research does go ahead and they find out that they are 100% extraterrestrial aliens, what does that mean for the future of the human race? What are people going to say when they can't prove that these aren't aliens? What then? I'll take a guess what would happen, as what's happened since with the UFO subject. People's favourite one, there is no UFO evidence. Well, there's a multitude of UFO evidence, thousands of videos, human cases, physical evidence leaving trace residence on people's bodies, artworks going back thousands of years showing UFOs painted into them, UFO-related events documented throughout history, even UFO petroglyphs in Aboriginal caves and in such hieroglyphs around the world, such as the Nazca lines. What will people use to ridicule and take your attention away from the truth once again? Not like this subject, but as in other subjects that people believe on a mass scale, i.e. religion, there is zero evidence of religion existing whatsoever. On the other hand, you have thousands of pieces of evidence to the highest levels of Congress, the reality of the UFO phenomenon, and people are still turning a blind eye to it. I think we need to take a long, hard look at ourselves and stop being so closed-minded. Look at the evidence. I also just wanted to state how I love in the peer review, they actually state that the implications of this research, if it is demonstrated with further studies that is a new humanoid species, it would have a strong impact on biology and science and scientific, historical and socio-cultural implications. And I guarantee in the past, findings such as this have been covered up by intelligence services from the highest levels of government and beyond. Now, I also do admit that there were false mummies displayed later on, which was obviously an attempt to miscredit and ridicule the findings of the real Nazca mummies. I'm also really interested to see where this goes, what new findings there are on these mummies, and if it does finally leak out to the public or someone like Dr. Stephen Greer exposes this to the rest of the world. I can guarantee you one thing, the mainstream media will definitely discredit this to the highest level, no matter what the evidence is, because the UFO subject is regarded higher in secrecy than atomic weaponry. Thank you for watching, everyone. Please subscribe to my Instagram, Aussie UFO News.